All right, MJKO family. It's been a little while since I cooked anything, so I'm going to share with you. So I make gluten-free protein pancakes. So I have no idea what the rest of the world does, but actually all I do is take these pancake mixes and substitute half of the pancake mix for my protein powder. So I'm not sure again what the rest of the world does. Also, another thing that I do just to make my pancakes a little bit healthier and I guess a little bit less sugar is, even though, so this calls for 1 cup, 225 mils of milk. So I actually do like half milk, half water. I don't really have too much dairy in my diet other than really cheese. So that's something I like to try to do. So I say when you're doing stuff like, you know, modifications, I think a little bit of it is trial and error. So you want to do different options and just see how it goes. So obviously as we get started, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wash our hands for 30 seconds, which I already actually did. And in terms of the gluten-free pancakes, what they always say is to mix your wet ingredients first. So in this case, and to be honest, I've been making these pancakes quite frequently, so I don't follow the recipe exactly to the T. But the first thing is I get my measuring cup, and it says 225 mils. So my measuring cup is actually 240 or 180. So I just kind of eyeball it. But for me, I put half milk, and I also, guys, I drink lactose-free milk, 2%, 1% skim. I haven't drank homogenized milk since I was probably, I don't even think my parents gave me that as a kid. So I find that really, really heavy. But if you're giving yourself a treat, that's totally fine. So as you'll see, I just add in cold water up to about the I'm looking for 225 mark. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix our water / milk, eggs and oil together in a bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and put I'll just show you. So I got my little bowl here. I'm gonna put in here my milk first. And then, so usually it calls for 1 egg, but I actually like the fact that eggs give us a lot of protein. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 eggs in my recipe. So that's 1, 2, and then it has an option for vanilla extract. I don't actually add that, but feel free again. If that's something you would like, there's no issue in having vanilla extract. And then it says a little bit, well, it says 30 milliliters of canola oil or vegetable oil. So I actually use olive oil instead. And I just eyeball it. So I just pour like, oh, I'll see there's a shell in there I'm gonna have to rescue. So I just put in, you know, like a little bit on the top. I don't actually measure it, but you know, in the beginning, if you're worried, for things like oil, guys, less is always more. So don't worry about having too little. Too little is okay. Too much just isn't going to taste nice. So then what we're going to do is we're going to beat this together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our dry ingredients, which in our case, the recipe calls for 1 cup of the gluten-free pancakes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do half of the gluten-free pancake mix, and we're going to do half of the protein powder. So I have here one of these measuring cups, half a cup, and I'll do my gluten-free pancake mix first. And guys, keep in mind, I've tried a bunch of these different gluten-free pancake mixes. I don't actually, like, I know some people are diehard to pick one brand over the other. I can't actually tell. To me, they all kind of taste the same. So as you'll see, it's not quite. I'll just add in a little bit more. Okay, so this is half a cup. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my protein powder, which, guys, I use this Isoflex gluten-free All Max. Actually, Coach Jimmy got me hooked on this one, which when I make my protein shakes, I actually just use water. So I don't like to have milk or juice or anything. So this is a nice one because it has a low amount of sugar. So this one actually has, in each serving is 0.5 grams of fat, 230 milligrams of potassium, 50 grams of sodium, 27 grams of protein, but it doesn't have any sugar. So for me, I've been trying to like reduce my sugar because I actually feel like sugar and dairy too, to be honest, and everyone already knows I have celiac. I find those things, they irritate my stomach. So yeah, I try to look for a reduced sugar, and I don't look at, I'm not a big, I mean, I like my baked goods, but I certainly, I don't like aspartame. I don't like those sweeteners. I don't have that much of a sugar tooth that I need it. So what we're doing now is we're just mixing it up. But I guess the one thing you'll see is, so when you're mixing the protein powder along with your regular pancake mix, it's like a different texture, and it's really, really hard to get all of those like bumps out so that it's really well mixed. So in my case, what I do is, I don't know if you guys have this, a blender would work, anything, but I have a bullet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my bullet cup and I'm gonna go ahead and pour my mixture that I just created in here. And then I am going to just wipe it off a little bit, clean the kitchen. And guys, also, I'm like I don't know, I like to clean as I go. I get overwhelmed if the kitchen is too messy. And if you have parents or family, you know, if you're a young person, try to clean up as you go so your parents don't have a heart attack. Because it is overwhelming when you come into the kitchen and there's just food and dishes everywhere. So I take this, put it together, and then I'll just change the camera angle. So you'll see over here, sorry guys, just having a tripod. So over here I have the bullet stand, and I'm just gonna put this on almost like as if I'm making a milkshake. Mix it up. So you don't want to mix it too much too, guys, because remember with protein powder, I'm not sure if you've used protein powder, but if you have, it gets pretty foamy. So what we'll do is I'm just going to open this up, and what you'll see now is it kind of looks like just a regular protein shake or a chocolate milkshake. So now we're ready to go ahead and get just going to put a little bit of water on our stuff here. So now what we can do is go ahead and I'm gonna move the camera over. We are gonna go ahead and get our frying pan ready. So here we go. So guys, so I usually put my pan, I just have like this basic pan here, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put it on medium myself. So you have a few options now in terms of, you need something so that your pancake's not gonna stick to your frying pan. So you can use one of those sprays, like I think I have something here. You could use something like this, Pam Original, which is a no-stick kind of product. You could use a little bit of oil, but however, I don't really like that. Or in my case, I actually just use butter. So guys, keep in mind, you have to don't go crazy with the butter because it's pure fat that you're adding to your meal. And if you're gonna use butter in the cooking process, I suggest that once it's time to eat, that you don't add any more butter to your pancakes. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn our pan on, let it warm up. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in the pan. And then also, guys, what I like to do is, usually this recipe makes more pancakes than I can eat at once. So what I tend to do is I put my oven on, because I don't like to eat you can't see me. I don't like to eat my food cold. I hate cold food. So I put the oven on 350, and then I usually just put in there a tin foil, which I think I'm out of tin foil. So I don't have any tin foil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab a regular baking tray that's clean, and I'm just gonna stick it in. The oven is only on 350, so it's just warming. I'm gonna put my pan in there, so as I make my pancakes, I'm gonna put them in the oven so that they stay warm, because I'm gonna make all my pancakes, obviously, and then I'm gonna eat. So we will go ahead, and guys, my secret ingredient, so guys, if I have blueberries, strawberries, bananas. I like to add that to my protein pancakes. And I also like to add chocolate chips. Right now I'm on self-quarantine, so I don't have any supplies left other than chocolate chips. So I'm gonna make my pancakes with just pancakes and a little bit of chocolate chips. And I know everybody has a different method, but in my case, what I like to do is I like to get my pancake kind of like cooking first, and then I throw in just a couple of chocolate chips. So I have my pancake mix here. My pot is now warm. I have my butter in. I'm just gonna pour a little bit in to make my pancake. And now basically we're gonna wait. So I'm gonna move the camera a little bit closer. So guys, as you see, the trick to making, hold on, where is it at? The trick to making a good video is being able to see. So let's see, where's my pot? Okay, there's my frying pan. You need to have, I think I should move this better like this. You need to have the bubbles. Where are we at? Guys, I'm so sorry with this camera angle. I'm struggling to beat the band here. Okay, so you have to have the bubbles so the pancake looks dry. When the pancake looks dry, that's your cue to flip it. So a lot of people flip their pancakes too soon, and sometimes, yeah, you'll start to smell like a little bit like, maybe it's getting a little toasty. But we don't want it to be raw. And the one thing I'll say when making gluten-free pancakes as well as protein pancakes, you don't want that gooey feeling. So gluten-free products don't have the same composition as flour, like real flour. So you do have to be a little bit careful that you cook it. So I just take like maybe 5 of my chocolate chips and I drop them in, kind of spreading them around as the bubbles are coming. So that ideally, when I flip my pancake, they're kind of still sunk into the pancake so that they don't get chocolate all over the pan. But if you get chocolate on the pan, it's no big deal. So I'm just watching my pancake now. I'm gonna wait and then we'll flip it over. So just sit tight as we do that. All right. So I don't know if you can see now. Maybe I'll go a little bit closer. It's looking like and smelling like it's time to flip. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. And then usually when you get to the second side, it doesn't take long at all. Delicious. So guys, I was just thinking now, I know I did do gluten-free pancakes, but I don't think I did gluten-free pancakes with protein powder with Catula. So this is added on. I have protein powder at least once a day, if not twice a day. As you guys know, I work out. I teach 5 days a week. I do yoga at least 5 days a week, if not more. And I try to run on the weekends. I haven't been running because I've been in quarantine, so I'm not allowed to run. But for me, I don't get enough protein, and it's important specifically for women to make sure they're eating enough protein. So now that my pancake is all toasty, I'm gonna take my pancake and I'm just gonna place it on my tray, and then I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process from the beginning. So guys, that is how you make delicious gluten-free protein chocolate chip pancakes. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I will add a picture of the final product. Thank you so much for joining. And guys, I hope you know, MJKO family, we still love you. We miss you guys so much, and we truly cannot wait to get back. And if you want to do a cooking show, if you have something you'd like to cook and share with the family, please do the video, and we'll be happy to pay you $5 per video submission. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.